everybody. Just going through some word problems involving division. Obviously we can use some of the skills that we had used earlier. So at the start all they're talking about up here was just talking about making sure that you look at how much the costs are and then regrouping appropriately. So as we can see down here, there's different costs depending on the amount of nights that you stay. So we obviously have to do a slightly different sum for each. It's not just divide by 5 or 6 or 8 or 10. We have to make sure we pick the right number. So 570 nights it says there, and we're dividing by 5. So we'll put 570 in the division sign here, and then we've got to divide by 5. How many times does 5 fit into 5? It fits once. How many times does 5 fit into 7? 1 times 5 is 5, that fits in once, and to go from 5 to 7, there's 2 left over, which is why we end up putting the 2 next to the 0. 5 into 20 is 4. $114 a night. Next one, 6 nights for $840. How many times does 6 fit into 840? 6 fits into 8 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. But we need to get to 8, so the remainder will be 2. That's why we put the 2 over here. 6 into 24, no, it's super tiny. Well, that's 4 with no remainders. 4 times 6 is 24, and 6 into 0 is 0. So that's $140 a night. Next one, 8 nights, $1,000. 1,000 divided by 8 to figure out how much per night. 8 into 1 doesn't go in. This is where we have to do the thing of connecting them together. 8 into 10 goes 1, remainder 2, because we're trying to get to 10, and 8 times 1 is 8. There's 2 left over. We'll put the 2 over here. 8 into 20 is 2, because 8 times 2 is 16. We're trying to get to 20, so 20 take 16 is 4. That's why we put the 4 on the side. 8 into 40 is 5. 8 times 5 is 40. No remainders, $125 a night. Now there's 2 different ways we could do this next one. 10 into 1,210. Could just do the normal way like we did before. 10 doesn't fit into 1, so I've got to combine the 1 and the 2. 10 into 12 is 1, remainder 2, because 10 times 1 is 10, and we're trying to get to 12. That means there's going to be 2 remainder. We put the 2 over here. 10 into 21 is going to be 2 with 1 remainder, because 2 10 to 20, and we're trying to get to 21. So there's going to be 1 left over. 10 into 10, of course, is 1. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it could be when you divide a number by 10, it means you move the decimal place 1 to the left. So it would be 121. Hopefully that makes some good sense. Alright, next page, final page. Be over here. You just get to the top of the page. Okay. These require a little bit more calculating. Cruise ship costs $840 for 5 nights. Grace pays an extra $90 to upgrade her room. So, how much does she pay for each night? So we've got to add them 2 together. A one-off payment of $90. $840 plus 90 equals 04913 $930. Then we just got to do 930 divided by 5. 1, remainder 4, 8, remainder 3, 6. $186 a night. Next one is probably the trickiest question. 150 into 1250, because what it's saying is there's a cruise ship has 1,250 passengers and a lifeboat carries 150 each. How many lifeboats are needed on the ship? Now, we can just go through this. 150 won't fit into 1, so we've got to combine. Won't fit into 12, So combine, won't fit into 125. So combine, how many goes into 1,250? Now, for those that don't know their 150 times tables, you could cancel the zeros and do it how many 15s fit into 125. That is one way of doing it. Or you can just leave it as it is and then just do repeated addition to get towards our answer, because multiplication is repeated addition, and hence division is repeated subtraction. So I could keep on taking 150 from this until I get to 0, and that's when I found out as many boats as I need. You can also do it the other way around by just adding 150. So 150 for one boat. If I add another 150, that's 2 boats. Another 150, that's 3 boats. Another 150, that's 4 boats. Another 150, that's 5 boats. Another 150, that's 6 boats. Another 150, 1,050, 7 boats. 1,200 is 8 boats. Oop, we're not almost there at the 1,250 that we need. So we'll need one more boat. So as we can see, we're going to have quite a few spare spots. We can house 1,350 passengers. We only need to house 1,250. But yeah, we couldn't have done it with 8. There still would have been 50 people who would have had to swim back to shore. So yes, we will need 9 lifeboats to save everybody. Okay, C, group of 4 friends. Book a snorkeling package. The total cost of equipment is $396 and the cost of transport is $120. How much will each person pay? Well, it says how much will they pay. That's obviously talking about total. You've got to pay for equipment and for transport. You don't just get them for free. So you need to add them up. $396 plus $120. 615. So 516. And because there's 4 friends, 516 divided by 4. 4 fits into 5 once with 1 remainder. 4 fits into 11 2 times with 3 remainder. 4 fits perfectly into 36 9 times, because 4 times 9 is 36. It's $129 each person. Next one looks a little bit trickier again, but it's just about adding up. You got 6 friends. They have dinner at one of the ship's restaurants. Dinner costs $348, and the friends agree to give a tip of $5 each. Now, for those that aren't used to tips, tips means that you pay money on top of what you've paid for the food. Normally, it goes to the wait staff, the waiters. So, because there's 6 people, and they're given $5 each, you have to use your times tables. Get 6 times 5 is 30. And then you add that to the total of 348. So that's my tip at the top. The second thing is how much the food costs. Add them together, and that's how much everything costs in total. Then I've just got to do that by the 6 people that we have, because we've got 6 friends. 6 into 3 doesn't work. 6 into 37, I know that 6 sixes are 36. The difference between 37 and 36 is 1. The 1 remainder. 6 into 18 is 3. Alright, last couple. At a pool party, every 4th guest is given a grass skirt. Every 4th. There's 160 guests at the party. How many grass skirts are given out to guests? Well, it's got to be every 4th person. To get every 4th person, you must divide by 4. 160 divided by 4. 4 into 1, no good. 4 into 16. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 into 0, 0. 40. 1 out of every 4 guests will get a grass skirt. There's 40 grass skirts that need to be handed out. And now F. This is where it's very important that we read. First time I did this, I did not read it properly. The cinema seats 144 guests. 144 guest capacity at max. The seats are arranged in 9 equal rows. Okay? The first 5 rows are full of guests. How many guests are in the cinema? Now, we're only going to go by the information that they give. So first up, 144 divided by 9 tells us how many guests are in a row. 9 into 1 doesn't work. 9 into 14 is 1 remainder 5, because 9 times 1 is 9. Trying to get to 14, difference between them is 5. 9 into 54, it's an even 6 times. So there's 16 guests in each row, but it says the first 5 rows are full of guests. So the first 5 rows are completely full and they can fit 16 in each row. So I've got to do 16 times 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. There are 80 guests at the cinema. And then for the very last one, this one's a little bit trickier, because what it's giving us, it's actually giving us a number that if you do 70 divided by 3, $70 is to be paid by 3 friends that share a taxi. When you do this, you end up getting a remainder. 3 into 7 is 2. 2 threes are 6, and to go from 6 to 7, there's a gap of 1. So 1 remainder. 3 into 10 makes 3 remainder 1. 23 remainder 1 is our answer. So that means everybody pays $23, but there'll still be $1 left. So you could do it a number of different ways. You just have to make sure that the extra that everyone ends up paying ends up being $1. So you could do something like 30 cents, 35 cents, 35 cents. That will add up to 100 cents to be $1. You could just make one friend pay the extra dollar by themselves. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to pick that easiest way. The last friend pays $1 extra. That dollar, that is the remainder. So just to show you again, 3 into 70. 3 into 7 goes 2 times with 1 remainder. 3 goes into 10 3 times, because 3 times 3 is 9. And there's 1 remainder to get it to 10. That $1 extra is why friend 3 has to pay $1 extra compared to what friend 1 and 2 have. And to double check the maths, you can just add up all those numbers. 23, 23, 24, add them up, and you will get your $70. Okay, hopefully that was clear enough. If you've got any questions, please leave it in the comments below.